gobble, motherfucker.
They're eating her. And then they're going to eat me. Oh my God!
Estrogen levels peaking. It's like she's in heat.
When are you gonna grow up, man? Chicks love cars. If you want to get into their pants, you better have a nice, hot Ferrari.
She's my hot Ferrari. Besides, I love my Mustang, which is a plug-in hybrid. It gets 100 mpg.
Oh, no, not the beast! Not the beast! Ah! Open my eyes!
So welcome to episode 35 of Schlock Talk. Well, today we'll be rolling a critical hit to your soul and amputating any sense of taste you have as we venture into the depths of Dungeons & Dragons 2, Wrath of the Dragon God. My name is Craig.
My name is Lord Damitol, and I will cast your souls into oblivion!
I'm Gabe. That's hard to top.
And my name is Roll 5 for charisma. Joel. Just Joel.
And we have a guest today, too.
Who would like to remain unnamed so no one can identify me in the future. In fact, I should try
there's
modulating my
dental
voice.
records.
Okay, so when one thinks of Dungeons & Dragons, various pictures tend to come to mind. The escapism of leaving one's life or lack thereof to go off into a world where you're no longer Paul, father again at the age of 58, underemployed henchman to the mega corporation
Stop
of
right there.
box
Stop right there.
Come on.
I need to paint a picture for the listeners. All one of them.
That's being generous.
Craig has a bookshelf filled with D&D manuals. And we've never played the fucking game once.
Paul's actually invited me to play it twice and then bailed out each time.
It's because I know you're a mean asshole. And
You knew that before you asked. That's my shtick.
All right, continue.
Sorry, Joel. Sorry, Craig. It's all right. Sorry, Paul. Okay,
Come on, Gabe.
Sorry. The escapism of leaving his life, they're off to go into a world where you're no longer Paul, father again at the age of 58, underemployed henchman to a mega corporation of box shifters, and the guy who has to use a shovel to clean the shit out of his home zoo in the evenings, while his son asks him if he's ever wanted to spin around on a unicorn's dick.
Could that happen?
Oh,
Probably.
It will after this podcast airs.
Even this movie couldn't take him out of that mindset.
But instead he becomes
D&D, take me away.
But instead he becomes the shady drifter Polinicus that skulks in the shadows and keeps an eye on the young nubile street urchins between missions of saving the world from the forces of evil crate
Stop
shipping
describing me.
who have to enslave their workforce.
Get out of my mind.
It's the kind of game where people like Gabe are not considered as fully subhuman as they should be because they have a strange affection for watching movies about people walking through a forest for 2 hours before a cuckoo clock spits blood and thus feeling that it was a day well spent. Instead, they are a fellow enthusiast of things that the majority of humanity considers stupid and are also touched by Satan. It was a community where Joel is thought of as some kind of poser who was just drifting around so that he can have enough game store cred. Not be totally shunned by the group of 300-pound plus bearded guys who can calculate the formula for saving throws that a 7th level 2nd edition fighter has against a giant spider's poison attack.
Oh, man.
Without having to refer back to the rule books. Can explain the intricacies of magic, the gathering, with a sense of devotion and reverence that a Hasidic Jew would envy. But couldn't go for 10 minutes in normal society without getting flop sweats and wishing they could be back painting their overpriced miniature collections instead, all the while internally referring to themselves by their awesome level 19 Necromancer's character's name, rather than ones like Craig.
Wow.
Since the age of 8...
Wow, I'd like to point out that this movie was filled with monologues. Is this your tribute?
It is. It is. It just that's all this movie is about. It's just one guy spouting off gibberish. I feel safe that way.
I know what we're in store for.
All right.
Buckle up, kids.
So basically, we fade into this movie. It starts off with someone explaining an evil artifact so mighty it would unleash the nightmare onto the land.
The orb of phalluses.
Yeah.
Phalluses,
What did you
Salazar.
say? Like, to give birth to this has been, like, my greatest, like, wet dream or some shit like that. Like, the guy is fantasizing about giving birth to the apocalypse, and I think he means, like, really experiencing live birth.
I think it's a C-section.
Through his dick hole.
Yeah. There's only one birth canal for men.
That's one nasty-ass kidney stone you got there. So we start off with a horribly burned child running around through fire-ravaged lands, only to be poked by a wizard staff and then dissolve. His purpose neither explained or considered. I don't know what the point of that was. He just some magma kid walking around and suddenly goes away. That's fantastic. Okay, and it's and then basically we see animated slides of a boat sailing across the ocean.
Yes.
And then they try to push a boat into the river with no people on it. And a kraken just appears for no reason and
That's the
destroys it.
giant squid from 20,000 Leagues.
Yeah. What it was doing in a river, I couldn't tell you.
Craig took notes during the
That
credits,
is not
which is
a
a little
freshwater
unusual,
creature.
but we can go with it.
I smoked some Kraken.
Credits the prologue to the whole movie. You gotta understand the credits to understand that there is no plot worth mentioning in this entire fucking film. Okay. All right. So at that point, basically, let's see here, and then. Sorry, I messed up on this one.
Craig lost his place.
I lost my place. Alright, so basically the wizard finds the all-powerful Pokeball that he's been monologuing about for the last 10 minutes of intro credits.
About time.
And
Orb of phalluses.
And he desires to see the world burn because he is evil. And I don't know why else.
Didn't have reason for me. All right.
That
You're
is-
hired.
That is his motivation.
You're hired, henchman.
through the whole movie.
I'm evil, burn motherfuckers. That's pretty much what it comes
Yes.
down to. Alright, and so he goes off on saying, what chance does Ishmir have, like we know what the fuck he's talking about, and then the rest of the movie begins.
Call me Ishmir.
Okay, so now we start off with the supposed hero of the movie, Sir Beric, dealing with the constraints of government, as his effeminate aide advises him that he can't do something about cutting off Halifax's supply of wheat, and they can't sign into law his desire to make a sewer. And my thoughts on this are, if Halifax doesn't have food, why the fuck do they need a sewer anyway?
They won't have any shit to make that they need to flush away.
Because we still have to flush this movie.
It seems logically inaccurate somehow. I don't know.
No, this isn't a bad movie. It's just so wholesome.
It's all the
It's
family
not
values.
disturbing enough.
It is not.
There are no
And
animals
important
raped or
morals.
mutilated
Yes.
or mutilated, raped, and or fed to Gabe.
No shrunken head,
Or mutilated.
blood vomiting cuckoo clocks.
Or raped.
Now, there is slightly...
No
there's a lot of
mis-
time with people walking in a forest, so Gabe, I'm sure, enjoyed that portion.
Yeah, that's
No
true.
mustachioed motorcycle cops walking through chairs.
What the fuck is
That's a pregnant. That's pregnant porn.
Pregnant woman coming out of her own ass. Thanks, Paul.
Okay.
Right. So, feeling the need to show that he was meant for more than dealing with an official role as Prime Minister of the Privy, Sir Beric goes outside to badmouth Valerius, his former pupil and captain of the guard. No doubt his keen sense of insight has led him to believe that he should embarrass Valerius in front of his men as a fine way to raise morale before they set out to fight against enemies of the state. No doubt intent on oppressing the poor, starving people of Halifax who have no
Poor
grain.
people. There's so many of them. How do we
No,
get rid of them?
Why are you calling it Halifax?
That was the name of the town that they were voting against him because of the grain thing.
Oh my god, I didn't see any of this. Okay. I watched this movie twice,
This is how I
right?
feel whenever I
Craig.
listen to you talk. Yes.
I'm
go
not
ahead.
wearing my bifocals right now. Could you read this for me?
My vagina is so wet inside this Walmart bathroom. I already had sex with 2 guys. Here waiting for more. And it shows Paul's wife.
Hey.
Oh!
Oh, I remember taking that picture.
Phone down.
That's enough.
Craig just got all the phones turned off.
No, that's fine. So, basically, after the fight, Sir Beric, let's see, Valerius tells Sir Beric that despite his full plate parkour, he was allowed Sir Beric to win and proves it by showing him the top of Sir Beric's plume, which he'd cut off in a way only a total losers do, who lose a fight and then just want to talk smack about how they could have won. Okay.
So
Yeah,
he cut
he
off
didn't
his
have your-
plume.
He cut off his plume. And then the next scene, we go to Sir Beric where he's talking to his wife, who just wants to explain shit, apparently, because that's her whole plot point in the movie. Where she's sitting around with, let's see. She tells the audience that mages and priests use 2 different types of magic while trying to bend the powers of the divine to her cause to bring down the overwhelming power of the gods in order to restore gloves that were slightly damaged.
Yeah, like
Mages use the power of love, and priests use the power of fucking altar boys.
any excuse to not pick up the frickin' needle and thread and do what you were expected to do in medieval times.
O God, please cast down thy divine power upon these thine gloves that needed to have a small hole in the seam put back together again. Do not feel this is a waste of thine holy power.
Do you not realize what universe you live in? This is Dungeons and Dragons. We have spells for that shit.
And her name's Melora.
Guess has
I don't
anyone
like
ever
using her name.
gone
I
to...
call her Mrs. Sir Beric.
Okay.
This is Sir.
I call her Mrs. Cervix. Has anyone ever gone to a medieval fair?
Like a Renaissance
Yeah.
festival?
Yeah.
No.
Unfortunately.
Wearing Nintendo Power Gloves, but nothing but.
That's so
What was that like?
rad.
Well, it wasn't me, because I actually had a loincloth made out of bear skin that I was wearing.
And a Nintendo Power Glove.
But I drink a lot of mead.
Uh-huh.
And let me tell you, my need for mead has never been greater than now.
Paul's been drinking and is not making a lot of sense, even less than normal right now.
That story still went further than the plot of this movie, though.
Full speed ahead!
You have
It's
to
so
excuse
funny.
Paul. He's unemployed right now.
Unfortunately, the box-shifting tyrants of his life
Yeah.
Thanks to
had driven
thanks
him
to
to drink.
Thanks to Paul, apparently it is a crime to molest a midget at a Renaissance fair. It's written in the law books. Hey,
Thanks for ruining it for everybody.
it's not just a general
Guys, you know
molesting
what?
another human being with basic human rights. It's molesting a midget.
We
at
all
a
have
Renaissance
our own
festival.
claims to fame.
I believe technically, if thy put thy prick inside the little man, thou shalt be stoned before the masses. Verily.
Anyway, Craig.
Well, to which I responded, it is tighter than the hangman's noose.
So the hangman tried to hang you by your dick?
Oh my God.
He liked it. So anyway, while they're discussing the various magic formats they have there, this guy, who I shall name Abdul because he has no real name and he looks slightly ethnic, walks into the room.
Wow.
Jafar?
Did the TSA frisk him?
I don't know, because this apparently seems to be like the private quarters of
I'm
Sir
sorry.
Beric and
You've
his
been
wife.
randomly selected for a private screening.
And this guy with a shaggy beard and a unibrow just kind of pops in and he's like, "Oh, my village has been attacked. I need your help. Two of my people have died."
This is what I love, though. He's like, oh, pure evil has descended upon us. People have been missing for hours.
That is actually true.
It seems that way, because not only does he go into the room of the guy who's in charge of the treasury,
King. He just walks in yo, fool.
yeah.
My peeps is missing.
And if you got people missing, why do you go to the master of the treasury to get your people back?
Well, what is it? It's like 48 hours for a missing persons case, right?
Yeah, something like that.
I mean, what was it like? It was like 20 minutes.
You can't get anyone official involved.
You got to think in medieval times.
Yeah,
it was
go
like
take your Prozac, buddy.
14
and
months.
trim those brows, Andy Fintinkin.
I
Well,
thought
yeah.
when he came in there, he was looking for a loan to go to the barber shop. That would have made more sense. So basically, 2 seconds later, and they've traveled the massive distance to the mountain near the village of Siriglio, or whatever the fuck it was called. And they go into this cave where Sir Beric and Mrs. Sir Beric and Abdul are basically surrounded by a dense green vapor that happens to be on the floor.
Well, that was
Which
me.
is
I'm
in
sorry.
no way farts.
Well, I was just saying, apparently having spent one too many nights in the company of her husband after one of his many Taco Bell forays, Mrs. Sir Beric casts a spell that
Ye
clears
Taco
away
Bell.
the
No,
poison
no,
gas.
this was a Jack in the Box after 9 p.m. meal.
That was one of their
He-
munchy meals.
Ye oldie Taco Belly.
And so apparently while they're in the cave, they find out that it's inhabited by a black dragon.
Why's it gotta be black?
Well,
Why'd you have to go there, Craig?
Well, he
Fuck
can't
this
take
shit,
the
I'm
fact
gonna
that
riot.
there is a black dragon around because it's going to lower property value in his area.
I'm gonna riot. Oh man.
I'm sorry, I don't walk into your castle and just start fucking plugging your nose.
And so after this, Mrs. Cerberic casts a vision spell, no doubt learned from her days as a Native American shaman, only to see images of the evil wielder of the Pokemon of power rising from his coffin and playing with her hair. No doubt his quest to cure his lack of wheat and honey tresses is still afoot, because this motherfucker is bald.
Yeah.
You mean Rob Halford?
No. No, I don't. I'm
This
sorry.
guy is really sporting like the gay supervillain boner in this movie. Like
His name is something
He's fucking-
Payne. I don't look up
George-
the people's names.
Oh, it's
because
not
I'm
George
like
Payne.
Gabe.
No. Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
Gabe looks
Keep
up
going.
people's
I'll look it
names.
up.
Okay,
Lord,
so
damn it all.
So suddenly she wakes up from her hour-long nap with a table destroyed, only to find out that when
No,
the
this
table...
was the best part. You screamed and the table exploded. That's actual dialogue from the movie.
yeah.
So the reason I was confused is because they didn't actually go to the cave.
No, they didn't
They
go to the
did.
cave. It's just after the cave. They
Those
took out
aren't
some
dragon
books,
nostrils.
Okay.
That's
And
its
they-
anus.
And she cast a vision spell, and she exploded the table, and
It
she
has
fainted.
2 anuses.
Gotcha.
It's
And they're
very deep.
expelling
Okay.
She
in
like
the gland.
Foos Row Dodd the
Too
fucking
deep
table.
for me. Go on.
Let's go spelunking into
Yes.
the dragon anus.
Wow. I'm glad today was my turn.
I just want to apologize to our guest. Paul's just the worst. His name is Bruce Payne as Damodar.
Damodar.
Damn it all.
Basically, when the tables explode, some of the books align in some mystical holy pattern of a square.
It's a clue.
The ancient and all-powerful square
Well, almost.
of books is put together.
But just enough so that the mentally challenged can figure out that they need to just push it 2 inches to the left in order to form the square.
Yeah, I was pretty sure from my days of D&D that this was the DM being very bored with the fact that his players couldn't figure out what the fuck they were doing. So by fiat, he just managed to make the books go into a certain order so that they could make the magic book, which suddenly appears.
Well, that makes
Wow,
sense.
this movie spoke to you on so many levels.
I can see that happening. Just sitting there. Hey, when's the next fight, DM? Okay, you're standing there. All of a sudden, roll die. Oh, plot device appears before you. Books, symbol. Next scene.
They make another
What's-
book, which has...
What does DM stand for
elements.
again? Dick missing?
Yes, Paul. It stands for dick missing. That's why your wife has that as your nickname. So basically, this leads into a plot dump for no particular reason that 3,000 years ago, Thalazor, the evil dragon god of decay and undeath, was apparently a big deal back in the day and hung out with some mages who didn't care for him much because they were nature hippies. And eventually, the Turanian nature hippies ended up trapping this half-baked dragon god with his powers. Were
Wait
bound
a
in
second.
evil
Did you
Pokeball.
fucking read some cliff notes to this movie?
This is what
You
they
read,
say.
like, the-
They just say this out loud.
No, you read like
movie
the
was-
novels
the
that were
movie-
based on this film.
No one made novels based on this film, Paul.
The movie was an adaptation of an actual Dungeons and Dragons game. Trust me, the book was way better.
That's the girl's name in the movie. Her actual name is Cliff Notes. She does provide all of the exposition in the movie.
girl's
She
name.
basically
Wow.
does.
Yeah.
And so basically
Her
what this
name is
leads
Cliff.
to is that
Yes.
evil's desire for a fuller head
Sure
of
not
hair
this. Let me look at that.
was
It's
obviously going to lead
Clint
to world
Notes.
destruction.
Oh, God.
So the Council of Mages get together, and Oberon, chief wizardly person, is suddenly given yet another pointless exposition dump as he scries the wielder of the evil Pokeball, Damodar. So even more exposition is given as Damodar starts
Yeah,
talking
what-
about himself.
What exactly is that orb? Is it like a... It's a snow globe with like dragon jizz in it?
I guess so. I don't really know. It's a black ball in glass that occasionally hums.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
don't
like
know.
a really
It
big
opens the
Benoit.
four
Balls in
mystic
humming.
winds of the portals.
And this movie was rated PG-13.
I think this movie was not rated at all.
It's rated G.
This
I
is
don't
like
know,
a
there's nothing
PG movie.
offensive
There's
in it at
one
all.
thing where, like a gargoyle or something that gets chopped in half.
Yeah,
Oh
which
my
is
God.
so poorly
X.
animated.
Yeah, there's
no
a-
one even cares.
But there are breast plates.
Yes.
Well, there is that scene later when Oberon is, in the tub.
Oh
And you can
yeah.
hear the Marvin Gaye playing in the background. And,
Let's
just-
get it on.
Yeah. Dun, 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 dun. Oh, it's another guy. But anyway. So anyway, back to the movie's monologuing bullshit. Damodar had some master named Proferon who said he didn't do his job right, and so cursed him with undeath. And even though he says he did his job right, he was still made undead, and Proferon died, and who the fuck cares? Because really, no one cares. No one cares.
Well, that's the end of part 1.
Part 2, the quest.
Actually, I think no one cares is pretty much an apt description of this whole movie.
I cared, Joel. Craig.
You can't even
What was
get
your
my
name again?
right.
At least I didn't call
Why
you.
is it not?
Didn't call you Greg.
All right. I'm the one that's been drinking all day, and I'm the one that sounds the most sober right now.
Yeah.
Only to you, Paul.
And he's super offended.
So within the next scene, we got Damodar with his orc buddy who's just sitting there looking at hair.
I like this
Yeah.
orc guy. This guy's pretty
Okay,
funny.
this Orf guy? What?
Quark from Deep Space Nine.
No,
looking
no, no. He's
motherfucker.
like a Klingon with birth defects.
So
He
Klingon.
has-
He's like if Worf impregnated the baby from Eraserhead. Or if somehow, like, Gabe and Craig somehow, like, created offspring.
He has more eyebrow hair than Gabe has back hair. It's pretty disturbing.
I don't know. Have you seen Gabe's ass?
Not recently.
He's got a tattoo of a guy with a lawnmower. And every once in a while he shaves rows.
But he leaves just a little enough so you can just sort of see the well manicured lanes.
Oh my god. So anyway, the king, I don't know his name. We call him Fat Palpatine. Yes.
Yeah.
That's what he looks like. Fat Palpatine desires to get a player character party together to defend the realm, and Sir Beric decides to go gather his companions. We get Lux the Glambarian, who is some chick with a face tattoo that starts bar brawls because that's what fucking people do. Apparently.
You know what?
She kind of has Harry Potter's lightning strike on her forehead.
Yeah, apparently
well,
she's the
struck.
chosen child.
She struck a chord in my heart.
Yes,
That
Paul
was
liked
their
her.
heart.
Harry Potter's signature strike on her forehead.
Yes.
Yeah.
Then we got Dorian,
Exiliamos.
the clerical dude who spends his time defeating those who have not mastered the art of Japanese indoor
Okay, this
shoe
guy's
etiquette.
got. Yeah. He also has like green skid marks on his forehead.
I thought they were just
Even
like
I don't have those.
like he's just too lazy to
yet.
do the comb over when we first see him in the pews praying. Like
He's
wow.
praying, and like the city guards come in, and he yells at them, and he slams his hammer into the ground, and suddenly a wave.
It's
of
not a
force
hammer,
hits
man.
him.
It's like a shoe on a stick.
Yeah, it looked like a shoe on a stick.
Okay, he slams his shoe on a stick into the
You've
ground,
watched this 4 times.
and still haven't mastered the analogy that it's a shoe on a stick.
Obviously, you weren't paying attention.
I wasn't.
Let's go watch
I
it
don't-
again. Pause the podcast.
Stop. Okay, next
I'm
we have
sorry.
Almaline, the elf wizard, who's made fun of by her oarsmen as she rows away from the island. You see the way these guys row the oars?
Like
They just
they're
hold them
rowing
up
it
to their chest,
forward
and they
or
kinda
something like that. Yeah.
They move back and forth slightly, like they have no idea how to use a boat whatsoever.
Well, they're Amish.
Shouldn't Amish people know how to row a boat? It's not a fucking motorboat, Paul.
Yeah.
No, they thought they were churning butter. This was right after the barn raising.
Paul seriously needs some help.
That's why I drink his alcohol before you get have.
Oh, I want to know what movie you watched in your fucking mind.
It starred you, Joel.
Yeah. And then finally we have Nim the Rogue, as dark as the shadows he walks through. I think
Yeah.
that's what they said.
Yeah, you know they asked Bob Hoskins to do this, to play this role.
Instead they got his derpy.
No,
brother.
he said, "Who the fuck do you think I am, Jeremy Irons?"
Nasty hit against the first D&D movie.
That motherfucker was in the movie.
Let's take a moment of silence now and commemorate the fact that Paul actually made a witty joke. For the first time in 35 episodes.
And Gabe is so fucking jealous right now. You can actually see it.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
And so basically, he is also the world's worst tour guide. He leads some guys into a dungeon, and they just burst into flames.
Yeah,
He's like, don't touch that sword.
He's the best character in the movie, though.
He pretty much is. He's the only one who's got any interesting dialogue
He's
whatsoever.
got the faux hawk. He
Well,
pretty much
besides
looks
maybe
like
the-
Travis Bickle
the bad
from
guy.
Taxi Driver. if he was 50 years older.
Yes.
I thought he was more like Mr. T's schleppy cousin.
Yes.
I doth pity the fool.
And you know
Really
he went to
cool,
like
fool.
the Oxford School of Shakespearean Acting.
And
And
that's
he's
like only
he's
job
just
he
stuck
could
doing
get
this.
because he's that ugly.
Yes.
They couldn't get him anywhere else.
This guy's ugly even by British actor standards.
If Sir Patrick Stewart and
Paul's really drunk. Go
No,
ahead,
I'm not.
Craig.
I'm not.
Oh, Paul's lost it.
No.
And so they're all going to be led by Barrick, who's just recently been promoted from head of the Royal Crapper. That's his role as PC leader.
Royal bean counter to freaking royal head roller.
And so next we go to this weird scene where Damodar is laying out on an
Damn
altar
it
of
all.
sun.
Oh yeah,
of some
this
sort,
scene.
and he's getting his back treatment, which I'll let you guys describe that one.
Well, it's just funny because Quark comes up and like fucking plunges a fucking like I don't know, steer's longhorn into his fucking nether regions and starts pouring
It's
like.
his back. Now, come on.
Okay, we didn't really see it.
Are you sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
But are we talking about like the David Cronenberg sex scene in the film?
And then
He's got like the back vagina and the guy like feeds it fluid?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
That is what we're talking about.
And he like pours like I don't know concentrated feces water like in the morning, and friggin' Damodar has just got this fucking like look of ecstasy on his face, like oh this is the life.
That's
oh
exactly
my God.
what he says to you. This is life.
But I'm just going to put it out there. I don't think that this crony is licensed to perform this operation.
Yeah, it's not real.
But his
medicine.
eyebrows are.
Yes.
Holistic medicine was fucking nuts back then.
He could resurrect the dead, but he couldn't pluck his fucking eyebrows.
But no,
What's
like
wrong
seriously,
with that
he
guy?
was just like one like white bathrobe, a pedicure, and a freaking mimosa in his hand, short of just like fucking being like in a resort commercial or something like that. Like,
But except there was pureed leeches being poured into a back vagina.
How's that any different from a spa resort?
yeah, it's pretty on par with spa treatments.
It's the latest fad, haven't you heard?
No, thank God. So next we get to the most awkward part of any D&D campaign, the party getting to know each other phase.
Oh, it's so awkward.
Yeah,
Like, do you even shake hands before the pitiful, disappointing orgy that's about to unfold?
Do we agree on what kind of ancient accent we want to use between each other while we're talking?
Should I sound Irish or British this time?
You know,
Or a combination of both, muddied terribly.
you make fun of the fact that the other guy took that weird proficiency in fishing that no one needed, and it's just bad times.
Wait, what is it you do? Cooking.
I'm a juggler. But a very good one.
It's a profession.
Fear my
Everyone
juggling.
has to have one.
I have 15 ranks in juggling. You are an amateur. Okay, so they reach the conclusion that they have to go to this place called Malik's Vault because he has a magic bird bath that can pierce Demedar's magics and let you see wherever the fuck he is. So they have to go find the goblins of Curdle. Keep this in mind, goblins are like a level 1 nothing monster that they have to go do this epic quest to find. And so on the balcony we see Mrs. Sir Barrick, who looks after her husband who's riding away with these hot chicks and then stares down at the varicose veins that have started to grow in on her ankles.
Yes.
It's very sad.
She's cursed.
She's aging poorly. Or cursed. One or the other.
Yeah, did she like dumble her?
Wait,
or
those were her-
fumble her way into that curse or some shit? Yeah,
Well,
that's
so
right.
they ripped the hair out of her head and
Oh, that's right.
cursed
When
her.
she like did the Foos Roda on the table,
Yeah, when she blew up
and
the
she
table.
saw fucking Baldy make evil dick, and so you guess he like took a lock of her hair. It's like,
Yeah, you don't really see
Yeah.
him take a lock of her hair because apparently that would be too brutal for this PG film. It just
Yeah.
appears in his hand, and she has a bloody stain on the side of her head.
That's
Oh,
right.
that was what that
would
was from.
explain.
That makes
But we
sense.
can show a back vagina.
But her hubby was all like, hey, you're missing a part of your brain there. Like, hey, you're perfectly fine. Let's get
Nothing
up.
wrong with that whatsoever. You feel a little faint, darling? No, it doesn't matter, you know. And so apparently, let's see here, where did I leave off at? Oh, okay. And so apparently no one wants to just get along to save the world. They have some issues, and Nim starts revealing that Cerberic killed the Glambarian Lux's brother because he liked to attack people in taverns, much like the intro scene that we saw her in.
It's kind of a family problem, I guess.
Yeah, they get some rage
Learning
issues
some
and-
bad habits from their parents.
Apparently, like Paul, they should not be allowed to drink, is what it comes down to.
I'm such an angry drunk.
My dad was Conan the Barbarian.
They should have talked with their Hyborian age social workers.
Have you been feeling any urges to take down kingdoms and slay giant pythons lately?
Have you tried
problem.
finding a different outlet for releasing your rage, such as raping those poorer and less enabled than you?
Driving
Before
forth
you
your
flip
enemies
at this table, search as to your heart.
Possibly eating small babies.
Do you feel the urge to drive forth your enemies and hear the lamentations of the women? This could be a problem. So meanwhile, back in Ishmir, the Mage Council debates how they can prove their worth to the old magic hippie society and get its secrets. High Mage Oberon asks why Mrs. Cerberic is summoning up a small burning child to do her bidding in research about the mages of old. Unfortunately, once she summons the small burning child, it just runs around and burns things.
It's called
And it actually
it's
says
called-
that. It says, like, burn.
It's called a Magman.
Yes.
Dave spent 15 minutes Googling Magman
Online.
to figure out what it was. And all they
Oh
come
my
up with
fucking
was
God.
it was a Kirby boss.
You have
film.
questions about Magman? Gabe has the answer.
Actually, it's just a black dude who steals your wheels.
I'm sorry if it's like
Oh.
like Lava Sapien.
Okay, Craig.
Yeah.
All right, so basically,
Mesopotamian.
Lord Oberon turns his monkey head staff towards the Magmar thing and just poses it down.
Yeah, so...
Paul has something to say
Yeah.
about that, don't we?
What does that staff remind you of, Paul?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He does. He has a staff that has this weird monkey head on it.
No, it's not a monkey head.
What is it? What is it, Paul?
The next best thing.
Oh my god.
It's a chimpanzee.
Oh,
not
okay.
a
It's an
monkey.
ape. It's an ape. Sorry.
You know, they really want me to make my Michael Clark Duncan joke right now.
But you're not going to go there.
I'm not.
Yeah.
No.
You're above that. Sort of
I
thing.
am.
Yeah. Okay. Yes, you were.
All right.
Yeah.
So
You guys really want the extra green mile to get me
It's like an ape, just not spelt the same.
All right, let's take a second
it's
moment
a
of
damn
silence.
dirty ape.
Paul made 2 witty jokes in one podcast.
Apparently, his drunkenness leads to brilliance or absolute
He drank his way to the other
There's
side.
nothing in between. It's gold or shit with Paul right now. Sometimes he just shits gold.
Paul, driving into the median and the side barrier of comedy. Since
Sometimes he
2013.
flips it and lands on his wheels. Sometimes he dies in a horrible explosion.
Just don't ask me to parallel park.
So after that, we go back to the party. And they decide to cut through the forest so they can get to the village faster despite its dangers. And so they cut through it with a hammer.
Yeah.
Yes.
I don't know if basic tool
Yes.
usage is part of their
Something's
etiquette.
a little wrong with the D&D universe as far as tool design goes, because apparently hammers are used for cutting down trees and swords are used for breaking the shit out of stone walls.
It's true.
Yes, and it wasn't even a hammer. It was apparently a shoe on a stick, as Paul pointed out earlier.
Yeah, that's
So,
right.
it's like the quest from the Holy Grail when they ask him to cut down the tallest tree in the forest with a herring. It's the same kind of thing, except they actually succeed in this
Yeah.
one. All right. And so I waited with bated breath as they went through the forest to see if the rodents of unusual size would show up, but they didn't actually come around. Instead, Cerberic and his rogue buddy do more exposition dump for no apparent reason at all. Apparently, the rogue Nim knows more about Mallet, how Malik built his magical bird bath, than anyone else in history.
Wow, that's odd.
Yeah, he just starts describing something about teleportation gone awry and someone gets stuck in a wall and he dies. Apparently Malik.
Foreshadowing.
Yes, just a tiny bit. And then suddenly the tension comes into play as a tree falls on their cleric, Mr. Green Skidmark Head. And apparently,
If a tree falls on a cleric in the woods and
No one
it doesn't make a sound,
he misses his saving throw.
is this still a shitty
anyone
movie to
care?
make your friends watch? Yes. Always yes.
And so the cleric disappears because it was actually an illusion cast by, and this is his name, not mine,
Gummy McTeeth Lips.
Klex the Malign.
He's
Who
the
the fuck named
What the
this guy?
shit?
Klex the Malign.
Who wrote this? George Lucas?
exactly.
Misa got you now. You and your friends are fucked.
This is Mooey Bomb Dad.
And I thought his mouth looked a little dry. I thought he could really use some lich balm.
Oh God, it's a game joke. I laughed at it.
Sorry about
Oh,
that.
it's okay. You need to talk at some point, Gabe.
I am talking.
When you're not hosting, you tend to be very quiet.
He's been busy looking at porn on his phone this entire time.
Yeah, it's true.
He's looking for. He googled Magmar's dick.
Magman's dick. There you go.
I'm interjecting as I
Hey,
am comfortable in doing.
did
He's
you see,
erecting
Did you
as-
see who played Magman in the end credits? I kind of want to know.
I think it was Billy Barty.
That guy's hung like a stone golem. All right, so anyway, the malign gentleman is a lich, an undead mage of unspeakable powers. Woo!
Oh yeah, this is good.
And our heroes then take a page out of the book of the brave Sir Robin and run the fuck away.
From the fucking ghost fucking fox hunters or whatever. Fucking horseback.
Ghostly pieces of shit.
I know, like
cinematic garbage.
if
that
only they
chase
had
them.
ghost bloodhounds or
Raggy? Is that you, Raggy? Raggy!
They looked like the
Jeepers.
ring wraiths from
No, they
Lord of
didn't.
the Rings. Well, like
yeah, they kind of look like the ring.
They are the ring wraiths as I am to a super gay fashion model. It's not the same.
Well, you got half that right.
You got half that right.
The fashion model part.
Not the super gay. I'm
And
just saying,
so-
if you walked into a gay bar and claimed you were gay, you'd get your ass kicked right there.
That's true. And so, Priest Man
did you
Dorian.
say gay?
What's wrong with saying
Hey,
gay?
hey, forget
They
about
say
it.
if you walked into a
Are
gay
you
bar,
a man? Why can't you be a gay if you can be a
I
man?
don't know. Anyway,
Anyway,
you said you were the gay.
you are
I'm
the
sorry,
gay.
not the
if
proper.
you just said the
proper
gay,
title.
I'd be getting up and leaving.
He's not the gay.
I think we finally offended Gabe.
Yes.
It only took 35 episodes.
We had to get there eventually. It's a man who likes blood-spitting cuckoo clocks and ropes that explode and kill cyborgs.
And rape.
And rape.
Yes.
That's how we offended him. This film contained none of those.
Boo!
Yes.
So their cleric Dorian manages to use his vast and powerful holy magics to send the spirits of third-rate ring wraiths back into oblivion as their elven mage friend Alamir, whatever her name was.
Yeah.
She casts a spell that causes a very slight breeze to propel their raft across
Jesus.
what must be 10 feet of water that must
They jump on their.
You're being generous.
They jump on their
This
special.
was a doughboy pool.
They jump on their special education sea craft, and then the fucking cleric decides to break out the holy lightning bolts, which evaporate the ghosts on fucking sight.
Special education secret.
Hey, it doesn't take long to get to the other side because it's 10 feet away.
Yeah.
They spent 13 hours creating
It's
this
a good
raft.
thing, though, they got that, like-
to get across the water.
It's pretty bad, though, but I mean, I wouldn't, trust having that, elf mage at the helm, though, because
Yeah.
we see how she fucking handles
This is
seacraft.
this is pond water too. I think I saw some oxen
Oh, and
drinking
what was
while they were.
that? No,
There was a child who was up to his shoulders and sort of clutching beside him.
No, what is it? No, what are their quest right now is to go to the Poon of Knowing or some shit like that.
The poon of knowing.
Boon of knowing, so they may gaze into his vastness and see where the evil Damodar is sitting.
Dimmadar.
Demodar.
So they made Vag into its.
They made what? They made Vag into its?
Yeah. Is that what you said?
No.
Okay.
This is really beta.
Jesus.
So once they get across the knee-deep water, we have some bonding time between Sir Beric and Dorian the cleric.
Yeah, they were just like, since we're lost at fucking sea, maybe we should get to know each other.
Well, they made it across the vastness of the sea.
I'm sorry, lost at fucking pond.
And Paul had something special to say about this. Paul, what did you think about this scene?
About what?
About the scene between the cleric and the main hero as they talk.
I really thought they were going to kiss. This was like so homoerotic for me. It's like, there is a power greater than that of magic. Greater than that of sword.
Power of my dick.
And every word, every syllable of every word that he speaks, his lips get a little bit closer to Varric's. And I really thought, man,
do it. Find true love.
It was hot.
It was hot.
But no. PG-13 movie.
PG movie.
You hear that, Dungeons and Dragons? You fucked Paul.
Up your game, man. It's the 2000s and somethings.
Paul hasn't seen chemistry like that since his 11th grade high school class. That's what it comes down to.
Because he thought the title,
beautiful.
the subtitle was Brokeback Dungeon.
I can't forget you. I didn't see that movie.
I can't cast you out of my mind.
So basically, we get more of Damodar talking to himself, while his favorite servant, who I named Sounding Board for Monologues, stands next to him, and he's stroking his evil Pokeball to summon evil in all its forms. Yeah, Mutant Worf, the eyebrow guy. And suddenly, the Lich from the forest comes up to meet him because that's just kind of what he does.
Hey.
And he says, "Hey, I want to join your evil group because
I'm working on this thing that tears limbs off one by one.
They just killed all my fucking ghosts.
I like evil. You're kind of evil in a sad, retarded way, and we should get together."
What do you say? Huh? Let's have coffee.
We'll have coffee later. Maybe some fruitcakes or something like that would be nice to have around the table. And so basically, after this, our heroes. Oh, go ahead, Paul. No. Our heroes.
I guarantee you, it was nothing.
Yeah, that's true.
I like putting dragon orbs up my ass. Go on.
Benoit Dragon Balls. If I put 7 up there, don't I get a wish or something?
8.
No.
8.
Obviously, you
New
didn't read
record.
the Dragon Balls instruction guide. No.
So basically, we go to this little town, this village where the goblins used to live. But apparently, the
9.
The goblins are apparently on vacation because of budget concerns. They couldn't actually be cast in the movie. And so the adventurers do what any good adventurers do when they walk into someone's house. They loot the fuck out of it.
They fucking break barrels just like fucking Diablo.
Yeah.
They walk around, they rip up this guy's house, they take his shit.
Open his
They find his bed full of weed and pelts.
Pottery? Beat the shit out of it.
Hey, there's a sword in here.
So anyway, they find out that the bed has been trapped. The thief does some convoluted thing where he puts a rope around a ceiling thing and lifts a chest, and traps ensue, and it was pretty stupid.
Yeah,
It's pretty much what it comes down to.
pretty sad.
I'm critique it
Gabe is
honestly.
trying to hypnotize
Like, because
me
right
now.
then and there, I guess I was
Gabe's
just
looking
supposed
at
to
his
think that the
porn
that the
still.
freaking rogue was like, "Oh shit, rogue! Like you know your shit. You've been in the shit, man.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, you're not this sloppy middle-aged piece of shit that's been trolloping around with us in the fucking forest. You're a MacGyver motherfucker."
Sloppy, middle-aged piece of shit.
MacGyver motherfucker. Giveth me a hair clip and a pieces of rubber bandeth, and seeth what I can do with.
And the spikes that pop out, why do they gotta be like 12 feet tall, those spikes that pop out there? Wouldn't, 2 feet do the job? Seems like a
Couldn't
lot.
even really do the job.
But, it really depends.
Killing you.
Really depends on the size of your anus.
Yeah. What is the size of your
It just disappeared.
Do you want circumference or diameter?
Well, you can get 9 dragon orbs up there, so...
Those two are related.
Oh, but who's gonna pull them out?
So he's a size...
They're on a string.
A size...
It's like a reverse tampon.
size 10.
So basically, once they get done looting the room, there's suddenly the room sort of freezes over with icicles, and they run outside and they all jump from the house
Because they're afraid of fucking ice.
and stairs
That's
are
not
not
ice.
something that's mandatory apparently.
It's like snot.
No, it's ice.
It's ice because it's
Icicles, they're made out of ice. That's how it works. That's why they
It was
call
dripping.
icicles.
It was like
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
dripping
they
down.
were growing.
It was
They
icicles like on your fucking
no,
gutters in the
It
Christmas
wasn't melting.
time.
because it was ice magic.
Yeah.
All right, fine.
was
Move
dragon
on.
ice.
It can only mean one
It
thing.
was dragon phlegm.
It's dragon ice. Get the balls out of your ass and understand what's going on, Paul.
So there's a dragon. They're being attacked
Dragon
by a
Ball.
dragon.
Yes, they're being attacked by a dragon, and in the best part of the movie...
Wait,
the
what level dragon?
Dragons don't have levels. They have to hit dice.
Oh, they do?
Do you know nothing?
No, I don't know anything about this crazy universe. I don't know about the Ferengi Klingons that put fucking juice in evil magicians' butts. I don't fucking understand your rules.
Well, it's because he's read 55,000 of them.
I have.
He's got it memorized.
I have. I did make that abundantly clear in my intro, did I not?
Do they have armor saves, too, the dragons?
No, they don't have armor saves.
Hey, is
Just
there
hit
any-
points.
Is there any DLC for this movie?
Yes.
You pay for the movie, and then you have to pay $5.99 more for it to be removed from your hard
If you want to watch Game of Thrones, but you haven't watched your mandatory 2 sittings of Dungeons and Dragons rather than Dragon Con.
If you pay $15, they get different hats.
Horse, 2 words, horse armor.
He can't wait for the community.
Lord Deminos wearing a beanie now. It was worth $25.
He can't wait for the community to really grow, and then he can get all those independent third-party mods and actually put Michael C. Clarke's head on the top of that staff.
Paul will totally pay for that shit.
Oh, no.
He would make that mod. He'd be the author of that mod.
It's sad, but at this point, again, the best part of the movie, Sir Dorian jumps out of his hovel where he's been crouching down, raises up his sacred medallion or whatever the fuck he's got, and then manages to chant a spell and summarily get executed by the dragon, who eats him and shits him out.
Can we all have a collective thank God?
Thank God. I'm pretty sure that was God's plan for him. Kind of like Christians think that God has a plan. So did this guy. He just didn't realize it was a very bad plan.
It was a plan that he was
Well, that's what
going to
happens
be-
when you're a shoe-wielding priest.
With skid marks on your head, who has gay romantic eyes.
My only regret was fighting with his shoe on the stick.
Now, if it was like one of your socks on a stick, now that's an effective weapon.
No, it can be, man. I don't take these things off but once a year. They get potent.
A sock on a stick, a.k.a. Paul's Tokyo Rape Kit.
Guaranteed to floor you at 15 paces.
I'm not allowed on the subway system there anymore. Right?
So after they
There's
manage...
stick figure pictures of me all over Tokyo with giant circle X's through me. I don't know. It's really sad.
Even hentai is less offensive than Paul. So basically, they end up killing the dragon, hurrah, in ways that aren't even worth mentioning. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, it was
Anybody?
pretty bitch way.
They blow it up.
They didn't whittle it down hit point per hit point. They seriously broke the fucking rules.
It exploded. The best part of his explosion is that you saw bits of the cleric flying around too.
Yeah.
Yes.
It blew up. And so then they have a funeral.
And then you see the Dollar Tree
Headstone.
The headstone was some random shield that was.
Yeah, where'd that
He
fucking
never
come
held a shield. So
No, he never had a shield. He was buried in a plot of land.
Well,
they
they
had their
couldn't
funeral.
even fucking remember his name. Like, who was this fucking girl?
God bless Jingle Donker.
I think he tried to rub my dick while we were talking back there.
We had this moment on the boat, but I can't even remember
Guys, I
his
gotta
face.
admit, I'm a little more comfortable now that he's dead. He kept looking at me in this way.
Yeah.
Man, I haven't woke up with my ass so tight in months since we started traveling. It was terrible. Anyway, he dies. No one really cares because he was the worst actor in the movie.
Yeah.
And so we go on to find out Mrs. Cerberk.
The worst actor in the movie.
That's a title. Right
That is
there.
saying a lot.
That is, man.
Is he in Guinness Book?
Even the orc with the eyebrows was a better
Yeah,
actor than this
he
guy.
didn't even say shit.
All he said was pretty, but he said it better than that guy.
No. The
Oh,
orc guy. Did we get to his greatest line yet?
What was his greatest line, Paul?
Where the guy, like, Lord damn it, I was like, in the suffering heads, and rain of blood will fall upon them, and blah blah blah. And he's like, "Good times."
Yeah, that's right.
That was pretty great.
And so next we find out that Mrs. Cerberek has found a missing page in a book, which I think you had something to say about.
Well, she's going through a book, and normally, like, she's like, "Oh, look, it goes from page 182 or 881, and then it goes to 883. There's a page missing." I'm like, "Well, normally aren't there like 2 fucking pages on a fucking single sheet?"
She said it's printed on the other side, as if it didn't exist. So one's printed on one side, and then the back.
It's blank.
No,
the
the
blank
back
is
is the next page, so there's one missing.
Oh yeah, well see, then how are you going to get a page in there because you have 2 fucking pages in there? Well, whatever.
You take a knife and you split it in half. And
there you go.
The
You
But
cut
then
the
you get 2
page
pages.
in
So you
half.
get one side.
You know what really happened,
It
guys?
really worked out well.
1.5?
This was actually one of Craig's D&D manuals, and he masturbated into it, and the pages were stuck together.
So, some guy made his own fucking D&D game and put it on the shelf of this fucking Mage Academy.
That Monster's Manual entry for Arbalest, that was hot. It has tentacle arms. Come on. It's hot.
Take that shit to Tumblr, you faggot.
So, Mrs. Cerberek decides the best thing to do is burn the book. And as she says this, somewhere a man with a small mustache who loves him some khaki with red armbands salutes her style.
Does he work at Target?
No, I'm pretty sure he goes Sig Heil. She likes the book burning. So as they set fire to the book, suddenly a magic dust devil appears. And they find out that walking 10 feet away leads them to the mystery room that would have solved all this in the beginning.
Yeah, like a giant
It
toilet
was like
appears
the
on the
fucking
floor.
Yeah.
the shitter underneath the throne.
The throne is a porcelain throne, disguised to look like a regular throne, because there's a big hole beneath that leads to the sewers.
You know what?
That again, if they hadn't have started this whole thing, Sir what's his name, Cerberek, would have found out that he already had a sewer system beneath the castle in the first place.
What the hell?
Guys, really, the
Why am I
symbolism
getting
in
him all
play here,
green?
this is some deep shit.
Yes, it is.
Dave joke number 4.
All right, so then that jumps back to the main party because that part was really kind of pointless too. And they find out. Okay, so they find this statue in the middle of the forest that they need to push in certain plates on to make it open so that they can get away and go find the scrying pool beneath it. And then suddenly, like 300 barbarians pop out for no particular reason.
Oh, we thought we would have, saw him along the
That's
way.
so we could see Hottie McHot fight all these guys and with her high leg kicks.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the first guys go, "You can take our statues, but you can't take our freedom." And he charges down at them.
Retreat! They're sicking their 6-foot man-woman on us!
Yeah. And she can fight, that bitch can fight, and then you got the elf chick who whips around her staff and lightning bolts pop out and
She
blow
can
fucking
whip around my
people up.
staff any time of the week.
Blast up from the ground.
And then her ring makes astrology symbols appear and shoot out at people.
Yes,
She like summons a Sagittarius
She's
avatar.
like, I'm a Capricorn, what are you?
I thought it was an Aries.
Maybe it's an Aries.
I don't know.
It's
It's a goat.
It's the goat, yeah.
So it would be an Aries.
Aries, yeah.
Maybe,
What's
I don't know.
Capricorn then?
I don't know.
That's
What
a
is
ram.
Capricorn?
So it's
maybe
ram
it is
horns.
Capricorn.
Ram.
I don't know. I don't know my astrology very well. Sadly. Look it up, Gabe, while you're looking up Magmore porn.
Magman, Rule 34.
The dick is thick. And I like the burning prick.
He's gone
That's his
molten.
motto. So basically, they kill 70% of the charging horde without suffering any kind of damage whatsoever, and decides in their best interest to retreat because they're fucking cowards.
Yeah.
They run away from everything in this movie. I don't know if they've ever stood and fought. It just doesn't happen.
The only time they stood and fought is when Dumbledore
Hey, they're still
tried
alive,
to take
right?
on the dragon and got killed. And
Yeah, that's
no one
what's-
can remember his name.
That's what standing and fighting
Yeah.
gets you, apparently.
Standing up gets you killed by an ice dragon.
It was Aries.
It was Aries?
It was.
Thanks for clearing that up.
Yes.
Hey, can you do me a favor?
Yeah.
Do a Google search on Magman.
I'll see what I can do.
As in, who played him?
Try Magman's junk has a burning funk.
So Capricorn is like a goat and a fish.
Wow.
And what's Pisces?
That's
fish.
a fish.
Without the goat.
Yes.
Yeah. Goat-free fish.
So did Aries fuck Pisces and make the other one?
don't
How
know.
does that work?
Probably.
Okay, well, not that it matters. But anyway, so they go under the statue, hurrah, and basically we go back to finding Valerius, the guy at the beginning who was the captain of the guard, and he comes up and tells the king that his dick is bigger than Sir Beric's dick, and that he should save the country. And that was about the only other line this guy has in the entire movie.
Your lance
that
is
I
so
can
long.
recall.
I don't remember that at all.
You remember nothing.
Yeah, I know. It's okay.
No,
So
he
lock it
didn't
up.
really say dick. He just said, "You can thank us later. You don't need that old middle-aged fuck."
Those were his exact words. My apologies, listeners. I fibbed. Paul gave you reality.
I was mistaken. I recant.
And so next is Paul's favorite scene in the movie, where you see old man Oberon soaking in the tub. Glistening white chest hair curled and moist on.
I want to think that's some of his pubes that have floated off.
Somehow got stuck to his chest
Yes.
at that point in time.
They were just running up the front of his body because they didn't want to drown to death.
Escapist pubes. Migratory. Maybe that was a cursed spell that backfired and now has migratory pubes.
Sentient pubes.
That's an episode of Star Trek: The Next Generation.
Yes.
I've seen it.
Is that the one where Picard has hair?
Yeah. Trouble.
It explains how he lost it.
Trouble with stubble. Episode 8.
Pubic public transportation.
These damn things won't cling on.
Take back everything nice I said about you earlier.
Someone get this man some more alcohol.
Go for it, man. I already tried
Is
to
there
stop
any
him.
left, James?
Hey, look at this. We got half a bottle here for you.
It's not enough. We'll get through it. All right, and so after that, we once again go back to our party because it likes to cut back and forth between these two so fucking much it's ridiculous.
Because I just need to know what the fuck is going on everywhere.
Yeah, and we've got evil flowers falling from the ceiling trying to kill them.
Yeah.
The best part of this...
What fucking monsters from the D&D, like, I don't know, ceiling urchins or some shit?
I'm sure these are like something from the actual game.
I'm sure they are too.
Ceiling
But
You
enemies?
should know.
I'm sorry. I could probably, once upon a time, I probably could have told you the name. But basically, my favorite part of this is the barbarian tells Sir Beric to duck because something's going to fall on him. So he can avoid it.
Duck!
Yeah.
Move left, move right. No, those would have gotten you completely out of danger.
You know,
duck. That's
I was
better.
waiting the whole movie for the rogue to pick a lock, and this was it.
It's probably because they rode, like, the Prometheus survival guide prior to questing.
Oh my god.
And you know, this leads them. They get past the falling flowers and they go to a hallway that has electric floor lighting, which seems very rare for a dungeon. You know,
Well, you know, they had dance parties back then.
It's magical.
sometimes a disco ball comes down from the ceiling and starts spinning around. Is that what-
Dragon farts for fog.
There you go, man.
You do what
Smoke
you can with
machine.
what you have.
You know.
I was expecting a Michael Jackson impersonation. Smooth Criminal.
Yes.
Yeah, there you go. Some dude breaks a billiard ball in their hand.
Yeah, smooth criminal. That's that guy who's the pubes they floated off. He's the smooth criminal.
Drink some more.
now.
Oh, he's dropping.
So, trying to find their way across the magical glowing floor, the elf chick takes out her pigeon that's been with her since childhood.
Yeah, this was
Which-
fucking great.
Which you got to consider. So, an elf at her
So
age
she's
is
got like
probably,
this China doll pigeon.
Yeah, it's like a dove. It's like a fucking magician dove, like magic, you know? And so she pulls up this fucking dove,
Was
like,
this before or after she pulled the scarves out of her vagina?
ladies and gentlemen,
This is before. That comes later.
I raised this dove. It was my only friend. It even talked me out of throwing myself off of the ledge.
Talk about this movie now. So you got
Wow, I gotta get me one of those because I've been having some thoughts lately.
He'll find a way to get us to sleep.
Considering how young she looks as an elf, she's probably somewhere in the vicinity of 300 years old. So this is her 300-year-old pet that she's known from childhood and loved. and she sends it out to be barbecued. She's
This
like,
looks like a trap. You go first, Mr. Fluffy.
Just fly across.
lightning shoots up the floor. It dies. The rogue laughs at her, and she doesn't even make an expression.
Yeah.
400 years as her friend doesn't mean a whole
But
fuck
I think I heard her
I
queef.
have a confession to make.
Could've been.
I didn't really know that dove. I don't know where I got it actually. It was just there.
Actually, I just picked that job up today.
I didn't conjure.
You remember
I didn't
when that
conjure
guy
it
was
with magic.
chasing us, those ring wraith wannabes? I
didn't-
saw this like ceramic dove,
Okay, guys.
and I'm like, hey, this might come in handy.
guys, I didn't conjure it with magic.
And
but
now
I
we
mean,
know, right? Now we
I
know
looked
that the
down-
floor's electric.
I looked down. I'm like, whoa, there's a dove in my shit, and I just thought, hey, you might be impressed if I like conjured it, maybe made up some story about it.
Yeah, just to add emphasis that's not needed.
Hey,
I'm not a sea captain. I'm not a real magician.
guys, check this out. If I rub my fingers together, smoke.
It's awesome.
You got
Yeah.
a little something behind your ear. A little something behind your ear. It's a dove.
Gave us out a quarter. Have you been hoarding quarters in your ear again?
Look at those dirty cornfield ears. So this leads to them searching the room, knocking down a wall with a sword,
Yeah.
as Joel mentioned earlier.
Once again, tools in the D&D universe.
Well, the shoe hammer's gone.
And then they make a joke that even Gabe wouldn't be proud of.
What's
Where
that?
the rogue is like up there and he's like, I have secrets of the Rogues Guild that I don't want you to see. And he turns a lever. And that's all he does. And a wall opens up and there's a mirror.
I'm laughing.
Apparently it's a joke even Gabe
Why?
would
Are
be
you looking
proud
at
of.
midget porn now?
Well, that is Magmar porn, isn't it? I mean, he's not a very tall guy. Mm. And so they look at the mirror, and it shows various blank steps they got to make on the stones
It's
behind
like a
them that
skinny
glow.
mirror, funhouse mirror too.
Yeah, and you kind of have to do like the moonwalk.
You got to walk backwards while looking into a mirror, which is going to make everything disorienting as fuck. And it doesn't help that every time you get halfway across, the next moron walks in front of you and decides it's their turn to start.
Maybe we should just look at the mirror and maybe like draw on a fucking piece of animal skin. The correct steps
In
to
virgin
take.
blood, the correct steps we must take.
No, walk backwards.
Yar.
That totally works. We don't have time for that shit.
And so everyone makes it to the end until the mirror starts closing up and the rogue has to jump across the magical lightning beam, strike him down, and no one really
Bam.
cares.
Yeah, he goes into cardiac arrest. And he's like, I can still feel a pulse.
Yeah, let's just drag
Call
him
the
along to-
paramedics.
But apparently,
drag
like
him
his
to the
heel
wizard's
bone
lair.
was sticking out of the back of a shoe. That's kind of what I saw.
Did you? I didn't even see that. I thought he just got zapped by
Stepped
the
on a
lightning
toe
shit.
popper. I thought he got shocked.
And so, they use the magic scrying pool to find
The boon of knowing.
Demodre, the bald dude.
Yeah.
And
They said like noun and verb or some shit. Like, I remember what she said, like, it can tell you have to give it a thing and ask for a place.
Let's play Mad Libs.
So they zap themselves in the room
Penis.
where the foreshadowing before comes into play
Armpit.
because the elf
Slowly.
the elf chick's arm gets stuck in a wall. She
Hospital.
starts to scream. The rogue is down because he got zapped by the lightning. And then a cage
Regurgitation.
A cage falls down from the ceiling because it was prepared just in case people teleported there.
Into that exact spot.
Yeah.
They fell for
And
it.
it knocks the sword out of Sir Beric's hand all of a sudden. And, even though it only knocks it down like half an inch away from his grasp,
Yeah.
they stand there while the evil mage monologue goes into play all of a sudden.
And I think we know when this film was made. It must have been filmed around October so that they could go to the Halloween warehouse to pick up that bone cage, right?
Piece of shit, man.
Oh shit! I forgot the dry ice. I need my cauldron. My dry ice cauldron. Fuck.
They're all out of zombie bones.
So they were all about to be killed until the elf shoots her ring of Sagittarius or Aries or whatever the fuck it was.
Oh, it's twice she used
yeah,
that
she
shit
used
spell.
that thing twice. It hits what's his name?
Ferengi.
Dagomar
Quark.
Damodin or whatever the fuck Damodar or whatever the fuck his name is.
The bad guy.
Yeah, and he gets like the dry heaves for a moment.
So was this pre-Harry Potter or post-Harry Potter?
This is pre-Harry Potter.
No, this
I
is
think, isn't it?
2005, I think.
This is a
When
total
did the
rip-off
first
of the
Harry-
Patronus.
The
A
books
stag
had
suddenly appears.
Yeah.
It's not a stag. It's
The
a
Patron.
It's entirely
Antlers, horns.
different. They're two different things.
Either way, it gives me a boner.
Sheep and antelope. They like to be poked by Paul. Anyway. Barrick takes his sword, jumps over an altar, grabs his sword, and cuts off the hand of the evil Demodar, who cast the one spell he cast in the whole fucking movie as an evil archmage and shoots lightning.
I felt really bad for this guy. How is he going to masturbate anymore?
He's got another hand. Do you need two? I don't, but then again, I'm not that good.
Depends on what you're trying to recreate.
So, go ahead, tell us. What do you try to recreate with two hands, Paul?
Wait, you said recreate?
Yeah. I like to imagine that it's like an anaconda slowly coiling its way around my staff.
But the fact that it's an earthworm that you're wrapping your hands around, it kind of makes it sad.
That
Seems
is
like a little one-sided fight there.
That is why I use tiny little puppet hands.
Let's move on.
Let's not explore this joke.
So they kill evil sounding board guy who was just like walking up in the background like, hey, what's going on? Mr. Barrick stabs him.
Have you seen my baseball?
Good times.
Good times.
And then proceeds to hack off the elf chick's arm so they can teleport away to the temple in the
Please
forest.
forgive me. And like they teleport before he slices their fucking arm off.
And then when they come out, he's like carrying her like princess style, and they're walking away.
Yeah, like what happened during the whole like teleportation process?
They'll never tell.
Yeah,
that's gonna be like the sequel. Like
It
what
was like
happened while they were in like,
some Hangover 4 shit right there.
Sir Barrick lost his penis, and Lux gained one. It was a terrible transportation spell. Things went awry.
It's right there! Your arm! I cut it off! No, it's a penis! I painted it!
It was a Jenner-like mistake. It just happens. And so
Did you say Jenner-like?
Yes, it was a Jenner-like
I
mistake.
haven't perfected the spell yet. It's not my fault.
Transmutation of gender is not a good spell. And so anyway, basically at this point, they go to the temple where the guys in the temple are all like, oh, you've saved the world. Let's save you. How do they know that?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
Some dude sitting in the temple
French,
in the middle
slightly
of the
French accent. Like,
I will save you, my friends. Oh, we will take you in the back and cast the magics on you. My petite mon chéri. Pepe Le Pew style or some shit. Like that. And so then they decide they're going to go ahead and ride off and take the Pokeball back to King Palpatine. And suddenly a portal of evil opens. And then demons come out and suddenly rape the barbarian.
Yeah, that's right.
In your fantasies.
Well, I don't know. That thing had her on the ground, splay-legged, and was necking with her. It was pretty erotic.
Get your pants back up.
No. She's hot.
Which one?
When the demon runs
He's
out
talking
and
about the
rapes
demon that
barbarian.
came out of the vortex. It was
Gotcha.
really hot.
Gotcha.
Yeah, Gabe's obviously paying a lot of attention to this podcast.
I know, right? I'm not hosting this one. Fuck you guys.
I just get to sit back and look at my porn and pretend like I'm even slightly interested in this thing.
Yeah, can I get you a magazine,
I
Gabe?
showed up. Brought my computer.
That's what brought the whole thing down.
Yeah.
The fact that you showed up.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
Here.
He's like, yeah, first of all, they don't let me pick it. It doesn't have rape. Doesn't have animal mutilation.
No Nazis.
The only reason he put his phone
anything.
down right now is because it just ran out of batteries.
That's what happens when you keep that thing on vibrate. So. And so basically, let's see, where was I?
How long have we been recording?
Probably
About
forever?
An hour and 10 minutes.
It wramps up soon.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
we're
not
on
a
there.
two-parter, so
It's not going to be a two-parter.
count
We're
your
almost
blessings, asshole.
I'm not Joel. Fuck. Give me some credit. And, okay, and then suddenly, so Sir Barrick runs away. He's being chased by one of the evil harpy demon critter things.
Broke back.
And then, 20 archers shoot arrows from above. And even though they're aiming straight down, some of these arrows manage to point sideways and some other shit. These guys are not good archers whatsoever.
I think they just threw the
You
arrows.
know what? Maybe they were just being cautious.
Yes, they didn't want to shoot. They didn't want to kill the harpy demon thing. It seemed rude. What were they being cautious of?
We were
Paul?
just trying to give him a warning shot.
So basically, after this, they open the secret passage in the door that was down the toilet, and they find leaves on the ground.
Yes.
And they touch the leaves, and the hull explodes, and everyone dies.
No.
Almost.
Well, they
People
touched-
died because of the guy.
Yeah. But it
Because
happens when they touch the leaves.
Oberon turned into a demon.
Well,
No, he
Oberon-
was a demon the whole time.
No, he wasn't.
Not the whole time,
He was
but
replaced. He was replaced
during
by
the bath time.
Yeah.
Yeah, while he was having
Sexy bath time.
while the migrating pubes were going on.
That's right.
He got jacked by the Lich, who decided he wanted to be an old man with moving pubic hair because that's a great disguise. It really is.
That's why I'm me.
No one suspects the old man with the crawling pubic hairs. No one.
No one expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Okay, and so basically, Sir Berg walks out of the tunnel. He sees like all these dead people around there, and what he says in a heartfelt voice is, "Where's the orb?" Yeah, you know. Oh, King's dead on the floor. The guard captain guy who I was friends with, he's dead. Where's the orb? He's a heartfelt gentleman at this stage of the movie. And he goes out and he finds out that Oberon is the Lich, and the Lich flies away. And the Lich delivers the evil orb of ultimate Thalazul Pokeball power back to its original master, because instead of using it as the only competent villain in the whole movie, who actually chased off the heroes at least once, he gives it to the other guy who is totally fucking useless.
Yeah.
Yeah. And that guy summons the dragon. The dragon is big.
And it's over. It's just done.
It's made out of bones. It flies from the mountains. And it says...
Craig is saying it in such an epic way.
When it lands, it talks to him about how he's got to give it head. Sorry, heads. 100 heads. And that he will let him rule over the ashes of the town, because ultimately, that's what you want to do when you free an ancient paragon of evil. You want to rule over dead people for some reason. He's got low aspirations and self-esteem. It's terrible. And so we go back to town where the dragon's flying overhead and burning everything. And they decide, and then suddenly Mrs. Barrick gets the Jesus in her.
Yes.
At that point,
She is struck by fate.
yeah, she's struck by faith, and she decides to find the medallion in the holy leaves, because that's a thing. It's a thing. Isn't it a thing? Isn't that what happens when you have holy leaves? They turn into medallions?
That is what happens.
I think that's what happens.
That's what happens in the movie, so I assume that's
So,
what happens every time.
You can tell by the way I'm describing it now that I'm kind of getting bored of this podcast, and I'm just going to try to speed through things, because the ending is kind of
Let's
like...
like
Yeah, I watched this movie
race
twice today.
I did too!
Hey, I watched it once, and that was more than enough.
Yes. This is the best Dungeons & Dragons movie, however.
Of the three, this is the best. Oh my god, I can't imagine what the worst would be like.
I don't know, man. Are we including that Tom Hanks made-for-TV film?
Oh, Mazes and Monsters.
Yeah.
That's not a Dungeons and Dragons movie.
I don't
That's-
fucking remember.
That's a
Did I
Christian
see
movie.
that?
It's like more of a
That was made for
psychodrama.
TV.
Yeah, it's a movie about Christians who want to damn the people who play Dungeons and Dragons.
It's true.
Oh my god, I gotta
Mazes
see
and
this.
Monsters.
Because he goes crazy and kills himself.
Yeah, because he didn't have psychological problems. It's because he opened a Dungeon Master's Guide and became evil.
Yes.
Hey,
It
that's
was
what
the portal
happens,
to
man.
Satan. That's what happened to me. I used to be a nice guy. I'm playing D&D. Look at the fuck happened to me. Here I am in a podcast talking about D&D movies.
Lamborghini, hot fiance. I was just burning money every night.
Seven digit income.
Seven-figure income. I was keeping myself warm by burning stacks of $100 bills. Picked up a D&D guide. I am the man you see before you.
It's a sad, sad truism. So she goes up on the tower, starts fiddling around with the orb of I found Jesus. And that doesn't really do a whole lot of shit at that point. The dragon still just burns everybody.
Doesn't he try to avoid getting shot, though?
Does he?
Dragon
I don't
at one
even...
point?
I think doesn't he just like swoop by him and they all kind of fall over like a bad domino game?
Something like that.
And then she's on the ground and some other guy tries to grab the orb and then suddenly he does a backflip off the tower because he doesn't have the Jesus in him.
He barely snatches the bronze.
And this is a Special Olympics.
Tower
Yeah.
assisted suicide bronze.
Everyone.
One guy gets tossed through a wall, and it
Yeah,
just
it's
looks like a hole in the wall.
The fire, the dragon shooting fire down in the middle of the town, the little shanty town.
And he fucking goes through the stone wall, the fucking 8-inch thick stone paper wall.
Made out of paper mache.
Yeah.
Badly made paper mache. It was pretty terrible. And Cerberic spies the evil wizard out on the prairie, who's watching for no particular reason, and rides off to go get him.
Yeah, he's like miles away, and he's just like looking there, like, okay. I think there's some terrorizing. Like all of a sudden, like they zoom into him with the stupid monocle. Is that how they freaking found him in the field?
No, he's just looking. He just stared over and he used his hawk.
It's kind of like that scene
just
from Monty
hawks
Python,
him.
The Holy Grail, where he's like running towards the guy to like the rescue him from the tower. Remember that part?
Oh yeah, we're Sir Lancelot's
Yes.
at the tower to save Galahad from being gay or whatever.
Correct.
from the temptation or whatever
Yes.
it was, the
Yeah.
women in there. So he goes horseback riding after the evil wizard who's with his lich buddy. And even though his lich buddy managed to scare away Cerberic, his 4 friends, and everything else while Cerberic had his sword, he instead goes, "Fuck off, bro, I'm out of here."
Yes.
He transforms into demon, flies away, and the arch-villain wizard who's cast 1 spell in the
No,
entire
but
movie.
I
It's
think
just
I think what
takes-
pissed him off was the
throws him
guy's
like
like,
a little bitch.
"Go get him for me," and he's like, "Get him yourself." It was awesome. It was fucking rad.
Was it rad? That was totally cool, man. That she made the movie.
I'm waiting for the Lich. Man, there's like Lich King lunchboxes coming out after this.
Yeah, there are.
There should be.
Collects
It's
breakfast
a
cereal.
Warcraft thing, though. So they can't trademark it.
Hey, this cereal tastes like shit.
Collects butt plugs.
Tastes like Magmar's balls. So
Man.
It burned my mouth.
Man.
Man's balls. I'm sorry.
It made the milk
Not
curdle.
good at the names. And so basically, the evil wizard decides to ride away because he's a pussy.
He's such a bitch.
He does nothing in this movie.
He doesn't.
Outside of steal a girl's hair. He's like a 3rd grade bully.
Like ultimate badass.
None of it.
You are the freaking like drama crew, whatever, freaking like nerd in high school.
It's pretty sad. And so they capture him. The barbarian lady just jumps out of nowhere because she was just sitting in the field waiting to scare horses for some reason.
Yeah, and he's going full speed, and she like stands up and
Yeah, she like
scares the horse.
pushes the horse or whatever.
Well, no, the horse just like going full
Stops.
speed.
She just stands
stops.
there and the whole horse is like
Stops,
"Murder!"
rears, throws Demodar off, and she holds a knife to his throat.
That
and
horse
then-
She's
wanted
like,
to ride
I
her.
make red water.
Yeah, pretty much. And then, as Joel points out, the most ineffective scheme for getting a guy to confess ever, or was that Paul? I forget which you mentioned it. Where she's like holding a knife to the guy's
Oh yeah,
throat.
she's like, he's wait, don't kill him. We'll bring him to justice. Don't kill him.
We need
Spare
him
his
to-
life.
we
Do
need-
the right thing.
We need him to spare my wife. If
Yeah.
we kill him, we'll never spare my wife.
Yeah, well,
and then she pulls her blade away, and then suddenly
Gives
he
it to
jumps
him.
down and pulls his knife
No,
out.
she gives him the knife, and then he just fucking takes her position, and he's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you if you don't fucking reverse the card.
The psychology on this scene was a little lacking. I'm not quite sure what happened.
You're
but,
doing it wrong.
But Demodar, being a complete moronic pussy, takes out the lock of hair that he's been stroking the entire movie, wishing his locks were so fair, and then causes it to like
What
dissolve.
locks?
Well, he wishes he had them. He's got the scalp problem. That's all he's got.
The heartbreak of psoriasis.
And so the locket burns, and suddenly the really horrible mutated wife of Cerberic becomes actually pretty good looking again. And she stands up, and she takes her
Kira
glowing
Knightley knockoff.
She takes her glowing holy Jeebus orb and raises it towards the dragon and strikes it down into a lake
Yes.
where it sinks. And suddenly rocks fall on top
The
of
lake
it.
collapses
The lake.
on him.
I don't know what the fuck that was about.
It's for the sequel, I'm sure.
Well, I'm sure, because they don't even kill the bad guy. At the end, he just
And the
sits in
Lich
a
King's
dungeon.
still alive.
The Lich King is still alive. Really, all they did was destroy the dragon.
That was
Just
the
did it
worst
for
ending
3
ever.
movies,
It's
for
like a
3
picture
minutes.
of him in the dungeon, and I'm like, oh, what's he gonna do?
Nothing.
Eat
Credits.
his own
Credits
feces
roll.
again.
Scowl. He scowls. To
So
be fair.
we'll close this with a Gabe question. Even though you watched it 2 times already, Paul, are you ready to watch it again?
Let's do it, guys.
How about you, Gabe? Do you
So
want to watch
I would
it again?
probably never watch this again, but it's not because I didn't like it. It's just whatever.
It's like we ruined it for you.
Yeah, who said that?
This
Somebody
is not
said
a
they were
movie
waiting for the
podcast.
CW sign to appear.
That was me.
It looks like
CW.
It looks
shit.
like it looks
Sunday
like
afternoon.
an episode of Xena.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. It looks like an episode
I
of
kind
Xena.
of like Xena.
Yeah, well, that show made me hard too. So
There you
That
go.
blonde girl,
Gabriella.
Gabby.
I
Yeah.
liked her.
That's the only reason to watch it.
So
You know, you
what?
can check out Xena's tits if you watch that Spartacus show.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah,
For sure.
I have
They're
that on my
a little
computer.
saggy,
I haven't
but, you know.
watched
I
it.
don't know. She looks good.
Lucy Lawless.
Whatever.
Yeah.
So we'll definitely get back to the real sleazoid shit next week.
I'm sorry, this was too pure for Gabe.
So
We're
we
gonna
have any
watch
do's
it.
or don'ts?
Okay. So I can't. Again, I went and saw Mad Max for the third time in the
Do
theater.
see Mad Max 3 times.
I saw it in 3D and I enjoyed it.
Is it better in 3D?
I don't know if it's
No.
better, but it was good. It wasn't 3D was not a bad effect on the movie.
It was like post 3D though, right? So it's
It was
not like
It was,
Post-rendered.
but it looked good. It looked good to me. I thought so. Oh, and I got free passes out of it too because the theater that we went to see it in, the projector stopped working, so we had to go move down to a different theater, and they gave us 3 free tickets. So
You go see it for free.
that's awesome.
probably not. No, I'm going to hold on to all 3 tickets and see Mad Max 3 more times. And so I'm assuming that he's going to get the next one made now.
He
I
already
don't know.
announced it. He already announced it.
Yeah.
Is there?
Yeah,
Mad
Because I thought it
Mad
was.
Max
It's
Wasteland.
Wasteland,
something
yeah.
or
Well,
other.
they've talked about it, but then I heard that it didn't make enough money.
Well, it didn't necessarily make a ton of money
It
here
will.
in the States, but it's made a lot worldwide too.
I think it's got legs though. It's not like it's a movie that's still making.
Yeah,
money.
it is. It's been like third,
Yeah,
second
for
or
like
third
several
for,
weeks.
for a month now. Yeah.
So
No
it's not, it didn't make,
Avengers, Age
like
of Ultron.
opening day money, but it made money in the
Well,
long
it
Is
made
it even
45
Plus, it
million.
is the ultimate feminist movie.
Yeah, but how much did it cost? Like 200, right?
What's that?
It was like 200 to make it.
150.
Well,
It's gonna make back its money just in the States.
And then
Yeah, but
they
then
still
there's
make tons
marketing.
of money overseas.
Right. Well, they say now you have to make double your budget to turn a profit based on the budget of the film and marketing.
And
It will.
I hear that like DVD and Blu-ray really isn't like the aftermarket's not really a
It
thing.
gets
anymore.
pirated too much, and
Yeah.
stuff. People don't actually pay for.
And there's
that
so much
anymore.
on-demand shit now that
Yeah.
people don't really collect anymore.
No, I've never been big on collecting all that shit.
But it was really good, and I can't.
It's good. I have a do. This one's a recommendation from a friend of mine, but the movie Bronson, it's on Netflix.
Ooh, with what's his name?
Tom Hardy,
Yeah,
Mad
yeah.
Max. Speaking of Mad Max,
That's where he's a crazy criminal, right?
yeah, he's like this like notorious like sociopath and like
That's a
ri-
good movie.
Yeah, it's like really artsy and stuff. You kind of have to like realize it's like a natural born killer's version.
That's
of
a
this
real story.
old timey sociopath. Yeah, and the guy is just like fucking criminally nuts, like fucking slapstick criminally
Yeah.
nuts.
Like they had to let him go out of prison because he was causing too many problems in prison.
For real?
He was
For
in
real.
solitary for like 20 years. Like
Yeah.
the guy was like a freak of fucking nature. Like you couldn't break this cycle with fucking solitary confinement.
And that's Nicholas Winding Refn, the guy that did Drive and
I didn't know
Yeah.
that was his film.
yeah. What's the other one he did with Ryan Gosling?
Did he do the?
Did you do Lars and the Real Girl?
Did he do the
No.
Pines one?
No. The one that takes place in Thailand where Ryan Gosling like goes and gets
Only
revenge on-
God forgives.
Only God Forgives. Yeah, I love that movie. So it's good stuff.
That guy's great.
Anybody else?
I have 2 don'ts.
Yeah.
As above, so below.
Oh, I heard about that. What is that now?
Did you like that at all?
It had some scary moments, I thought.
Like when? Like when the guy climbed through the bones for 30 minutes?
Well, you are talking to a guy who got excited for walking through a forest for 2 hours. What the fuck do you expect?
It's no trying to get the dragon orb of
Oh, I couldn't
Pikachu.
believe that movie. I read reviews. Like
Uh-huh.
it, you know, a lot of times horror movies get shitty reviews on
Yeah.
Rotten Tomatoes, and
Yeah.
it's like it's that genre, so I give it a benefit of the
Well,
doubt.
and it's a found footage movie.
Yeah, and a lot of times I like movies that are that genre. That there's a lot of good ones that get bad reviews.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, in a nutshell, man, I can't believe you like that. The
No,
ending,
I was like, on it. I didn't think it was.
when they like crawl out of the sewer at the end, unbelievable.
Okay.
I couldn't believe I waited 140 minutes for that. Seriously. And then to top it off,
Wait a minute, an hour and 40 minutes. That's different.
yeah, I don't know. 140 years. And then I watched I, Frankenstein,
Oh,
Oh God!
which, as bad as that was, it's kind of like in the same vein of the movie we just watched. So it is a don't.
Yeah.
But man, it tried.
Yeah, I guess.
Did you see it?
Yeah, it's terrible.
And then there's like the Age
a
of
C+
Dracula or whatever.
It's
I want to see that. I haven't seen that yet.
It's
Dracula Untold or some shit like that.
I've actually heard that's all right.
It was
Oh, that's
Charles
a glowing
Barkley.
compliment.
No,
it was
Dracula
Charles
Rising.
Barkley. Terrible.
Which one, Dracula?
Frankenstein. The High Frankenstein.
It was so weird. It was like it tried to be like it's like the movies with the vampires with the hot chick and the leather. Those are really good. Let's make one without a hot chick and leather. No, sorry.
Okay, I have one more due. So there's a movie from like 1989 or 90.
Do you get your rectum inspected?
Yes. Well, yeah, obviously.
If you are 40 and a half
I
years
felt
old.
like that went without saying. No, it's a
Gabe
Dutch.
is just prostate
It's a
explosion
Dutch
box.
horror movie called The
He
Johnsons.
does it himself.
Gabe was like, I know you're thinking the cost is a little bit of a turnoff, but there's this guy on the corner, and he fucking did it for free.
And he doesn't use rubber gloves.
That guy goes to town.
You know what?
I got a happy ending.
He saves on dental care because the guy tells him, kneel down, close your eyes, and suck out the toothpaste.
Yes.
Wow.
All right.
Okay, it's a Dutch horror movie called The Johnsons. I got it thinking maybe we would do it for the show, but
It's
it's
a movie
not.
about dicks.
It's actually not. It's about escaped like
puppetry.
mental patients that are trying to catch this girl who's actually their sister by accident. It's kind of a hard.
Their sister by accident.
They're going to rape her and create the Antichrist.
How is she a
Sounds
sister?
tame.
Wait,
by
and this
accident?
was a movie that you picked out?
So it's a Christian film.
And it there's like exploding fetuses that like rain blood over everybody. It's crazy. It was a lot of fun. I watched it just last night, and
Wait, so who put this out? Disney?
yes,
Was this animated?
Disney's taking risks.
This was like their last hand-drawn one.
Disney's taking risks. So yeah, that's all I got.
All right.
I got nothing.
So don't forget to subscribe to Schlock Talk on YouTube,
Yes.
where you can find all of our podcasts.
We're trying to get our average listener base up to 13.
Yes.
A very
And,
lucky number.
And we don't mean the age of the listener.
Yes.
Or the IQ.
We kind of need them to have that age and IQ to want to listen to us. So it's a double-edged sword kind of deal.
So next time we'll be doing Beyond the Darkness. I think that's what it's called.
And neither me or Joel will be hosting, so we'll
Beyond,
back to Gabe.
yeah, Beyond the Darkness, directed by Joe D'Amato.
Oh.
Yeah.
You say tomato, I say tomato.
Wait, what else did
Game
he
joke
do?
number 8.
Well, he did
Emmanuel?
Emmanuel in America. Yeah.
Ah, that's the one. I remember the name.
Good times.
Are there
Which
horse
was-
dicks in this?
We, for those who are newer listeners, we did that as our first episode. It didn't. The recording is shit.
We will do it. We will digitally remaster this
Yes.
classic masterpiece.
Someday we'll revisit.
Well, I rented it. It's the DVD is out of print. It goes for about $60 to $75, but I got it on Netflix, so I just burned it onto my hard drive. So we can watch
Thief!
it. Yeah. So
So
You
many
have
people are
evidence.
wanting that film right now.
I sent it back. They can rent it too.
You
So
are stealing
it's one
bread
of the,
from the mouth of the masturbated horse. Okay?
He's probably
Think
dead.
about it. Oh, he's probably dead. Oh, yeah, whatever.
say
Fuck
too.
that guy.
Actually, I'm pretty sure I used him in a preschool art project where I used him to spread glitter on a piece of paper.
So Emmanuel in America is one of the few movies available from Netflix that has hardcore porn in it. So,
It's apparently
Okay,
nobody at
that's my
Netflix watches their movies.
Yeah.
but you have to get it on disc. It's not streaming. Just so you know. Sorry, I'm that guy who still gets discs from Netflix.
Netflix,
He said discs.
Netflix was just one step away from discontinuing that horrible thing.
Oh,
Oh, someone
fuck.
wants
Gabe
it.
is still
This
printing
motherfucker.
You know, Gabe's
So-
the only guy who gets like, would you also like to see these other movies involving horse fellatio? You know, gets the list on there.
movies involving bestiality.
Four
Yeah,
horsemen.
what is in your... You might also like this. What is it like?
Also, like the four.
Babe?
Milo and Otis.
Except Babe has a pig in a swimsuit.
Yes.
He's like, you might also like the 4 horse hungmen of the apocalypse.
Oh, Joel. So we'll be doing Beyond the Darkness. Joe D'Amato's Beyond the Darkness. Next
Tomato.
time.
Mr. Ed's good in bed. You think that's good?
See you guys next time. Bye.
Bye.